Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ruby from Oofy Scraps, and we are here to do a little entry in my December daily album. So this is going to be story 19, and today I did a ton of stamping. So I actually cut this video down a ton to get rid of like the super painful watching me stamp each stamp multiple times, try and get it correct. But the part I'm working on right now, I'm using this paper from Simple Stories Happy Hanukkah collections. This is all about a Hanukkah story. So this is a little photo of our menorah, and as you guys saw in story 16, my mom is super obsessed with gnomes for the holidays. So we found this little gnome menorah and had to have it. So if you're not familiar with Hanukkah, a menorah is the like candle holding situation that you light. And I'm just using an Ali Edwards like large shipping tag that's from the 2019 December Daily Kit as a guide, and I'm using this paper from the Simple Stories collection that's double-sided. So I'm also using that Ali Edwards stamp set. That's a Hanukkah stamp set. And I have two photos, and this paper is double-sided, so I knew I was going to do it back to back. And I decided that my matzo ball soup is going to be my next story. And it's going to go on the yellower side, and then this navy Star of David pattern would go with story 18, and it would be about the menorah. So yeah, so I'm backing this with another piece of pattern paper, just using some double-sided adhesive score tape, and I think I'll show you guys. This is an Echo Park paper. Again, it's double-sided, and I just got it on scrapbook.com, but I'm just using this to mat my photo to help it pop off the page a little bit. And I guess I don't show you what the paper is called, but anyways, so that way it stands out a little more. And then I don't know what I do next. Oh yeah, so it's Winter Magic collection, or I don't know if that's a collection or the name of the specific paper. But now I'm getting my little stamp block out and my stamp set. I really, really love this stamp set from Ali Edwards. It's pretty tricky to find really cute Hanukkah themed scrapbook supplies, let alone like any sort of variety. So I was happy to have this. And this little stamp says Festival of Lights in like a scripty handwriting. And I tried using white ink and seeing how that would look stamped right onto the dark blue photo or dark blue pattern paper, but the white ink I have is not super great, so it just didn't really work out. So I took this blue pattern paper and I'm going to create like a little flag out of it. So I used the stamp that says, May your holidays be as bright as a fully lit menorah, which I felt was very appropriate with the photo. And I cut it into a little flag, and then I'm going to add some gold washi tape on top to kind of make it feel a little bit more substantial. And then I will adhere that down. It ends up being, yeah, like right around there. And then I just do a bunch of stamping. So I'm using black StazOn right here, which is what I use to stamp all of my stamps for this page. And I'm going to put the Festival of Light stamp right onto the photo. So I have a piece of paper off screen that you can't really see, but I'm doing like practice stamping on that to make sure I get a really good impression or whatever. And then I stamp it right onto the photo. I think it looks good. It doesn't stand out too much, but you definitely can see it. And then I contemplated using this little circle to put something on. I pull out my little acrylic Star of Davids. I had those custom made from Redefine Creative in 3 different sizes. I also have a wood veneer version of those that I'm going to use, I think, on the next day. And then I grabbed some other shades of blue paper. I kind of went for a monochromatic look for this page. And I'm going to use that 8 Nights, 8 Lights. I think I use a couple other. There's one that says Celebrating the Light of the World, and candles, menorah. I make a couple different ones. So I just made a bunch of stamps. I stamped them off on a bunch of different blue papers, cut them out in various ways, and then I just had like options for myself. I didn't use them all, especially because this is a pretty small tag to work with. I didn't have a huge amount of space, so I didn't use all of them, but I wanted to have options. So this is me just stamping away here. So just kind of, off screen, of course, you can't really see what I'm doing, but I am just stamping away. But yeah, so this year Hanukkah fell really, really early in the month. I think it was like within the first week and a half or so. So I definitely wanted to tell these stories earlier in the month. Even though my December daily isn't necessarily chronological, I like to have like Christmas and Christmas Eve on the 24th and 25th story. I like to have my little brother's birthday on the 28th or 27th. I always forget which day his birthday is. I'm terrible. Um, and then I wanted to have Hanukkah. Like, I knew I wasn't going to do 8 stories about Hanukkah, but I wanted to have it at least like on one of the days that Hanukkah actually fell on. But these photos I just didn't get around to ordering, and I didn't have a ton of photos for Hanukkah. We don't really take that many photos because we don't do a huge amount of stuff for Hanukkah. So it just ended up being later in the album, and that's not the end of the world to me. It doesn't really bother me, but again, in retrospect, I would have liked to work on these or have these come a little earlier in the album. But anyways, here we are. I actually just yesterday ordered my second album for this little December Daily album because the first one is way, way, way too full already. So I'm going to have the first half in one album and the second half in another one. So I ordered another one of those red snowflake albums. I think it's an Echo Park album. So I was glad they still had it in stock on scrapbook.com. So I know I've been saying I'm trying not to buy as much stuff, but I needed those. I needed 12 by 12 page protectors. I needed another one of my pink 6 by 8 albums that I'm using for my like childhood baby album. So there was a couple things I needed, and then there was like a birthday themed roller skating stamp set. And this year I'm trying to incorporate stamping in my album a lot more. So, or in my scrapbooking a lot more. And for my birthday this year, we went roller skating. So it was kind of perfect. So I ordered that as well. And some other random things. But I tried to keep it pretty simplified and just get what I needed. And yeah. But anyways, so that'll be coming soon. So right now I'm using this. I think this is also from the Simple Stories Happy Hanukkah collection. I have a 12 by 12 cardstock sticker sheet. It had a bunch of tiny words that were like in the theme of Hanukkah. So I created like a cluster of those below the photo, and beside that, may your holidays be as bright as a fully lit menorah. And then I'm going to add one of those acrylic Star of Davids right down there. I just used some double-sided score tape, like an 1/8 inch size, and stuck that on right there. And then this one says celebrating the light of the world. I think I used that. I think it stays. I have way more stamped things than I actually end up using. But yeah, so you can see I've created them into like little flags, little tags, all different kinds of things. I used some tape to adhere that one down, and this one says love and light. So my little pop of yellow was the one thing, like yellow and gold was the one thing that kind of was my accent color to my otherwise pretty monochromatic page. I'm going to add the medium-sized Star of David there, again with score tape, and then the little teeny tiny one, I just used my glue pen because it was too small for the score tape to like even be functional. So yeah, and then for my number, I put number 16. I am way off. This is story 18. I will fix this, just not on camera, but these are some Ali Edwards super thin numbers, and I really like them, except for that they are so skinny that there's like not enough adhesive on them to stick down. So I end up stapling them down onto the page, and that helps them stick down. And yeah, so tomorrow we will be working on the back side of it. I will add ribbon and everything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.